Hey everybody, welcome back to Jones Edition. Today we have a product for the Jeep, some new headlights from the LED Factory Mart. These are awesome LEDs that come with fog lights and LED as well. So I have LED headlights, I don't have LED fog lights, and this headlight over here is just not cutting it anymore. So these came at a perfect time to swap out. It's a little rainy. We're going to pull the Jeep slightly into the garage, lay this out. We'll see what we need to do to install them. Stay tuned. Like I said, I am having an issue with this headlight over here, the driver's side headlight. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have tape on it and everything to try to keep it from shorting out. Not doing well. Let's lay this stuff out here on the table and see what we need to do. Got some cool stickers, or a sticker, some instructions. Since I do have LED headlights already, a lot of this stuff should be just replacing the old stuff. I'm going to try to show you guys where I'm doing that. Here are the headlights. They're very similar to what I have right now. Here are the fog lights. The red is going to be our power. The black is our ground. White is going to be for turn signal. And blue is going to be for turn signal. We got a couple different adapters. So it looks like everything's connected together. These fog lights have a red and black line coming off of them as well. We have a little like power box. This is so you can change the color and stuff like that. This one here runs off an app. So you download the app, you can change whatever you want. All right, I'm going to take everything out from the old lights real quick. Disconnect everything. Worry about the fog lights last. I'm going to start with the headlights first. These take a T15 star bit. 4 screws are out. This little bezel should come out. I had a little bit of a tight fit here. I used a little plastic pry tool to kind of push away the front grill. And I kind of used some needle nose pliers to get them out. It's not hard. There's just 4 spots here. Here's something I kind of rigged up. There's a short somewhere here. If I just moved the cord, it would come on. If it was pinched a certain way, it wouldn't work. That is one of the cons for LED lights, that they can short out like that, and then you can't just replace the bulb. It's the whole unit you have to replace. But I would trade that over dim headlights any day. So I would deal with that. I'm hoping that the problem is in this part right here and not my actual connector for my light on the Jeep. This is the old box I have. So I gotta fish all this wire out. I have a lot of wire behind this grill. Looks like I ran this. I'm gonna try to cut this shrink wrap off. Gotta disconnect it from the battery. This is where I put the negative. Can it help me? I ended up putting my power here. Let me see if I can see what spot it is. Spot number, looks like M7. Spot M7. Right here is where I put mine for my headlights last time. And it's probably where I'm going to go again. Like this. I used a little joiner. So I had a fuse on it before. I'm going to try to reuse it. I'm going to try to carefully cut this off. I don't want to have to order another one. And the 2 fuses I have on there are a 20 amp and a 10 amp. I can't tell you which one is which. Yellow is 20, the red is 10. That is a 10 millimeter. And all that's off. All right, the only thing now I have to do is to fish all the wire out here. And I should have both headlights completely out. Take a flat head, pull that straight up. Yeah, they slide right out. These have been taken out so many times. They come out really easy, actually. All right, got them all off. This should come out pretty easy. Put a zip tie here. Cut that guy. Zip tie. And she's out. This is the new harness. All this stuff is going to go to power and ground. These red ones are going to the fog lights. So I'm going to try to drop those down somewhere. Ooh. They do not give you a lot of room. So I'm going to have to put this box kind of closer to the center. I'm going to run this guy underneath this power cord here. Kind of keep it tucked under. Okay. Kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna put that color box right underneath this cord here. It should lay flat underneath this. I won't be able to see it in the front. I'll show you everything here in a second. It's just so hard to film while I'm installing. Okay. All the wires are routed. I'm going to show you where I ended up. So I got all the wires ran. I have the wire that says white line to the driver's side headlight. The little red cord is dropped down here. I'm trying to show you where I fished it through. So if you just look, this is going to take like some patience here, but you can kind of see there's a bunch of little gaps, and I just kind of found a gap and fished it through. So I ran both of them here. The red wire is going down right here. The white wire is going to go just right behind this horn. It's kind of hard to see. There's really no like perfect way to do this. You're just going to have to kind of find what you like. Since I moved the box to here, I'm going to run the wire right here. I don't think this is such a big deal here. I was going to fish it underneath this frame piece, this upper frame piece, but it's going to be really difficult to squeeze that through. So I think I'm just going to just skirt right across here underneath my winch wire. So it kind of really just blends right in. Yep. So I already fished it through here. Blue line, it's coming through the headlight, and then my power cords here. Still need to unscrew these lights here, which are like 4 screws. All right, I am going to solder a few things. I am not the best solderer out there, so don't judge me. I do believe it creates a better connection in the end. All right, I got them both. I'm going to do this to almost all the wires I can. I'm still trying to figure out what to do for the turn signals, so I'll let you know when I find out. I'm going to do this over top of this really flammable piece of foam so I don't get it on my Jeep. Already have this thing plugged in, ready to go. I don't do anything crazy on this. It's not hard. I wouldn't be afraid to try if you're new at this. I started one day and I just kind of just went with it. You can kind of see it's not coming apart for sure. And I'll slide this little guy right over top of it. I'm going to heat gun it. I have this little ring for the ground. Strip a little bit extra off. Give it a little twist. Heat shrink on. What is wrong with me? After several failed attempts, I have to switch to this other smaller plug, which I think is actually the right size, so it works out, this pink one. Let me get my heat gun real quick. All right, here's the trickiest part. This is the turn signal. I looked up a diagram. We got your black is ground. Supposedly this white and green, that is your daytime running. You can kind of see the red on this one. White and red is your turn signal, intermittent. So I'm going to splice into this one. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll do a test run. I'll be your scapegoat here so you don't have to cut a bunch of wires. I'm going to cut mine right here, solder it together, run a connector to one of these. Well, that's a scary feeling. I hate that. It's a 16 gauge wire. I'm going to strip a couple ends off. It's really hard to work under here. Or I was able to feed it up here, which is a lot better. I'm feeding the turn signal wire up to the other wires there. This side should be finished. I need to do the other side for the turn signal. Same thing. I'll show you the final product there. Not sure when my mic died, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to wrap some electrical tape around this connector and that connector over there. All right, we got both plugs in each headlight. The turn signals are all soldered on, hopefully to the right wire. I'm going to connect the battery and all the fuses and connect the turn signal wires right now. Do the ground first. That's that 10 millimeter right onto the post, the negative post of the battery. Nice and firm there. The blue turn signal, passenger side. This is the white turn signal for the driver's side. Okay, looks like those little rubber things go over top of each other here. Yeah, so that's something there. Now this is the fuse right back into where it initially was. Before I buckle everything down, I want to get these fog lights out. I haven't done that yet. These fog lights have like little brackets on the sides. You can kind of see the screws right up there. There's 4 of them. I forgot I need to clip this cord off. and solder on these guys right here. So red and black. That shouldn't take any time at all. I'm gonna slide these two guys in. The bracket with the two holes goes on top. You can actually see a DOT safe right here. All right, I got the fog lights in. They look great. Kind of hard to see them with the glare. They look clean, very clean. I gotta get the headlights in. I'm running out of time. I gotta pick up my kids here in a minute from school. All the wires are tucked in here nice. I got the two plugs I need for each headlight. Throw you back on the tripod, and then we'll knock these out, test them out. I gotta put my running lights back in as well. That won't take a second. All right, we're all hooked up. I don't have the headlights mounted in yet. I'm gonna turn everything on. Cross your fingers. If it doesn't work now, I'm gonna have to pause the project, go pick up my kids from school in the truck, and then come back and finish. So hopefully it works. They're rainbow. They're working. Man, that is bright, 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 bright. It's really bright. It is hard to see. I got the, they're like colored, they're dancing colors. Even down here, you can kind of see it. I'll have to get that hooked up before I get down the road. Let's see if the turn signal works. Oh yeah, it's working. That's wild. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There we go. There are my LED fog lights. Woo! All right, everything's working great. That's awesome. I have a couple minutes here and I have to go. So I'm gonna see if I can get these put in. All right, I got everything hooked back up. I'm downloading the app right now. It's already installed. It's connecting. I think I might have to have the power on. Connecting. I found it. I can change the name, it looks like. Let's go green like I had my last one. You can. I'm going to show you the colors at night. It's really hard to see with the contrast of how bright it is and how dark it is in my garage. That's green. It matches the bottom. I'm going to play with this for a while and see what I can figure out. I really like them. We're going to do a nighttime scene after this. I got to go get my kids. It's officially nighttime. I got the Jeep back out here. Everything has been working great. I do need to do a little bit of an adjustment to my lights. I'll show you here in a minute. Let me get them turned on so you guys can see. It's a really fine rain. I just want to show you that they all are working, all four. The app is very easy to use. So it has this color wheel, and it looks like it has these presets across the bottom. So I believe you can just tap these presets, change it to yellow, purple, red, and then you can also set your presets. So I have an empty box selected here on the far left, and I can pull it toward the blue, and now that's a blue preset, and I got blue halos. Preset. I kind of want like an amber. That's a really cool, trying to get like an amber. I like that a lot. It's hard to tell, but that's kind of a really cool amber color. I'm going to select it to something very different. This is like a teal color, and I'm going to show you the turn signals, how it goes from a teal to an amber turn signal. Let's drive this down the street, around the block. We'll try to hit something up. I know the park down here by my house is really, really dark. Everything went pretty smooth. It took me 3 hours or so to do this project. All right, this park is pretty dark at night. These are just the headlights. These are with the fog lights. These are the brights. So it kicks it out just probably another good distance. I don't know, 50, 60 yards. it doesn't change the brightness that much. It just seems like it kicks the light down the street a little further. Brights with fogs, brights without fogs. Thank you guys for watching another video. I'll have the link down below where you can find these. LED Factory Mart. Not bad. Appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next one.